This is the Valley Today.
Local breaking news this morning, 20 units damaged in a fire in the 900 block of 43rd Street South. That's the neighborhood just north of West Acres Mall. Fire crews were called out just before midnight, and they found flames on the third floor, which then spread to the attic. That building was evacuated. No reports of any injuries, though. Investigators are at that site right now looking for the cause of the fire. The Red Cross is working with everyone from those 20 damaged units to find them a temporary place to stay. Also breaking this morning, one man in custody after police say he shot off a gun in Grand Forks. They got that call around 10:30 last night about reports of gunshots near the city library. They say a man on a second-story balcony confronted two women who were on the lawn trying to catch a dog. Police say Scott Middledorf then fired a shotgun round into the air. Police tracked him to his apartment and then arrested him around midnight. Middledorf is now in jail for terrorizing, reckless endangerment, and discharging of a firearm within city limits. New this morning, one woman is dead and two people are hurt after a wrong-way crash on Interstate 29 just north of Grand Forks. The Highway Patrol says that woman was northbound in the southbound lane last night just north of Manville, North Dakota, when she hit a pickup head-on. Her car was then pushed into the median and started on fire. The pickup driver and a passenger, both men from Montana, are being treated for their injuries. No word on how badly they're hurt, though. That crash happened on a stretch of highway that is down to one lane because of construction. Troopers are not yet releasing any details about the woman who died. Just about 6:03 on this Friday morning. Let's check that forecast. A soggy start for some folks, Lisa.
Yeah, you're going to need those windshield wipers in places like Fargo and south and east from there. We're looking at our morning drive. We're giving it a 3 out of 5 on a scale here to tough travel. So we've got just some concerns about visibility being down where the rain is falling. Of course, those wet roads you'll need to watch out for. And again, this is in the south and east where we're more likely to experience that rain. And as the morning goes along, temperatures don't rise much. We'll be in the 50s here this morning, so not the warmest way to start off our day either. Here's a look at our radar and satellite map. We've got some showers in southeastern North Dakota and especially into some of our counties in Minnesota this morning along that system, that front that's moving through. We've quieted down significantly up by Devil's Lake and Grand Forks, so a different start for you this morning. You're going to be more on the dry side. And as we zoom in a little bit more, there are some places where we're getting a more moderate rainfall right over I-94 here and Rothsay back up toward Pelican Rapids. This is all moving to the north and east, so this will continue to skirt through that northwestern part of Otter Tail County and eventually move into Becker County, Detroit Lakes. If it holds together, you will see a little bit increase in intensity in your rainfall here as the next hour or so goes along. Other places are seeing some showers. Fargo kind of on the edge now of that more steady rain that's coming down in some of these areas. You might be seeing some sprinkles still in and around the metro, and we're not necessarily done yet. There's more rain that may be lifting through. So bottom line is if you're driving through the southeast, you're going to want to make sure you're ready for some rain and have that umbrella on hand. Good news with that is that we aren't really seeing any severe weather or thunderstorms at the moment. So no concerns about lightning. I can't rule out a couple of bolts, but overall more just a showery kind of morning. And temperatures that'll be in the 50s as you're stepping outside. 58 in Fargo, 54 in Grand Forks. Now today we are starting off with some showers. Those will eventually clear out, but we'll keep around the clouds. It's going to be one of those mostly cloudy kind of days in Fargo. And look at these temperatures. 68 degrees your high for today. A huge difference from yesterday's 84-degree high in Fargo. So you're going to notice that all day long, especially the fact that we won't warm up much this afternoon. And this carries on into the weekend. More on that to come in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, big cool down from the 80s we just had.
Yeah, we're certainly going to be feeling more fall-like here over the next few days.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Now 6:05, Fargo police have presented their final analysis of a deadly officer-involved shooting from earlier this summer to the Police Advisory and Oversight Board. But while the state attorney general says police did everything they could to prevent the death of the suspect, Shane Netterville, some people who spoke at the meeting say they're not happy with what went down on July 8th. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling has that story.
You could feel the tension in the air at the Fargo City Hall.
It is Officer O'Brien's negligent decision-making and actions that led to the loss of life.
As people expressed their displeasure over the death of Shane Netterville, who was shot and killed in an officer-involved shooting on July 8th.
He fired a shot that could have killed the passenger just as much as it could have killed Shane Netterville, just as much as it could have killed the other two officers who were directly behind Shane Netterville.
36 seconds is all that elapsed between the time that the officers arrived and started shouting directions at the victim.
FPD presented their findings to the Police Advisory and Oversight Board, going over the timeline and showing footage from the incident.
These are very traumatic events. They're very troubling for everyone who has to review them and be involved in them. And so, I mean, I think they handled that very professionally.
Some of the committee members questioned the use of deadly force and precisely when Officer Adam O'Brien fired his weapon.
No rock should be unturned until the truth is actually uncovered.
Conrad Thomas wants to go through all of the details.
It takes dedication. It takes maybe more time in which is not allotted to try and dive into what is the issues and why certain events occurred, and especially how you don't repeat it again. And that's the biggest thing, I believe.
Some of the public comments asked why the officers didn't announce who they were. Chief David Zabulski gave a simple explanation.
The officers are in full uniform. No need to do that.
The advisory board noted they hope meetings like this will help establish a better connection to the community to help better serve them. In Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
Fargo Police Chief Dave Zabulski is responding to claims made by City Commissioner Dave Pepcorn that dozens of Fargo police officers have resumes or applications to possibly leave. Now the department, in a statement sent to our newsroom, says that Zabulski is unaware of any information which would substantiate those claims, and adds that the department added 15 new officers and had 3 officers return to their jobs in the last month alone. It seems everywhere you look, businesses are hiring, and some are now offering unique incentives to not only attract their staff, but retain their current employees. With inflation at a 40-year high, full-time employees with the Fargo Park District are about to get a one-time inflationary bonus of $2,000.
You know, it's tough times right now, and, you know, unprecedented inflation, that they want to do something for the staff to help them get them through this year. And I think this was a way to do that.
The Park District also plans to add pay raises for part-time and seasonal employees in next year's budget. Coming up this Friday morning on the Valley Today, one Minnesota man's epic effort to deal with his beloved wife's death. But next this morning, Lisa Green is tracking our radar this morning. You see wet pavement here in the metro. Other folks seeing rain still coming down right now. She explains everything in just 2 minutes.